Today we are going to talk about when to consider seriously dropping out of college. So I paused a little there because Neil swapped the title last minute. Anyway, so college, actually this is interesting because Neil and I actually both graduated college, but I think we both took an extra year. Is that correct, Neil?
I took a little bit more than an extra year, but yes, and I didn't want to even go to college in the first place.
So that's the both of us. I took a little more than an extra year. I took an extra year and a half to play poker online. And I ended up getting 2 degrees. I have one in history and one in economics. Both I don't really use. But go ahead,
I thought
Neil.
you were gonna say you have a degree in poker and one in, history or economics or whatever the other one was.
Yeah, similar. But I actually, here's the thing, right? Like for me personally, I'm not saying I'm correct as an NLBL. This is just my point of view. But I was actually reading something yesterday that was shared by Naval Ravikant talking about agency and what agency actually means, not like a marketing agency, but agency means the freedom or the capabilities to do your own thing and make your own decisions. School to me in general never really jived because I'm like, why am I sitting in this class? I'm actually learning a lot more from games as an example. And this is why other people go to explore other things. Like Steve Jobs at 13 years old, I think he tried to get an internship at HP. And you have other people that tried all these things when they're much younger because they had the agency to do, they had the capabilities, and they actually took action. And so I think that's super important. And so when you think that something's no longer serving you, it doesn't jive with you, and you find something else that's actually where you feel like you're making a bigger impact and you're learning a lot, that's when I think it's worth thinking about it, right? The difference I think for Neil and I is we went through college, at least for me, I went through it to get that piece of paper to make my parents happy. I never really wanted to go through it. And I still think, in my opinion, if you're not doing engineering, if you're not going to be a lawyer, if you're not going to do that type of stuff, or a scientist of some kind, college might not be the best fit for everyone. Neil?
Yeah, I agree. Like I actually look at it where if I didn't go to college and I focused on business, my business would have been much larger right now if I didn't go to college. Like the amount of money that I lost, and especially those earlier years, because it really starts compounding when you get to start earlier, it really screws you up. And it's funny, Peter Thiel has that program, right, where they invest in companies and people who don't go to college. And he himself went to Stanford. I'm not saying college is bad. You want to go be a doctor, by all means, go to college. And some professions require it. But for most of them, like you want to be a marketer, you want to be an entrepreneur, going to college and learning concepts about entrepreneur isn't going to help you do well. What will help you do well is just going out there and doing it and learning as you're going.
Nothing really replaces doing at the end of the day. You learn by doing, right? You can read a lot of books. I certainly like reading a lot of books. I listen to a lot of things, and that gives me insights, but I have to do after that so I can implement and I can make the mistakes, and then I can get better and better. But if you're just in some cases, I think my dad told me this before, but there's actually people that are known for being professional students, which means they stay in college forever. And what can I do next? Like there has to be an objective. Like I know some people right now that are going out to get their MBAs. It's okay, you're going to spend 30 grand plus on this thing. What's the objective? What's the ROI? Because it's a business degree, right? What are you going to get from it? And then you get no answer from it. And so you got to know what you're aiming for at the end of the day. So that is, go ahead.
And you should also look at it from an ROI perspective, like Eric just mentioned. So let's say it ends up costing 30 grand a year. You have to go out there for 2 years or 4 years, depending on if you're getting like a master's degree or if you're just getting a bachelor's degree. But let's say you're getting a bachelor's degree, it's going to cost you 100 grand to keep the math simple. Not only have you lost time where you could have been making money, depending on your profession, but now you also owe money when you graduate and you got to start. So you can technically lose money in multiple ends by going to school. And if you really want to go to school and you love it, by all means, go to school. We're not saying you shouldn't go to school if you don't want to, but we're just saying for most professions, if you're going to school to help you with that, it's not really going to help.
What we're really saying is it just wasn't for us. But you have to think about too from a compounding standpoint. Look, are you compounding in the right direction? Because if you're working on your business for those 2 years, you're compounding on something that you're building on, and you can keep doing it over years and years. But on the school side, if you're not learning that much, you really aren't compounding at all. And that time lost is super important. You're never going to get that time back. So that is it for today. Marketingschool.io/live. That's LIVE to learn about our virtual and our live event. We'll love to see you there, and we'll catch you later.